I'll turn some sound on so you can hear me. How's it going today? Yesterday yesterday I was a little bit out of it. Thinking a lot of different things. So I didn't really feel emotionally right, if that makes any sense. And so I wanted to try to apologize if I seemed like I was a little bit out of distracted, because I kind of was. So, anyway, it is the day after Thanksgiving, and it was pretty good overall yesterday. We did some demonstrations, illustrations of some concepts, which showing the behind the scenes view of what goes on the channel. And so that was, I think for some people, was kind of interesting. How you doing, Chris? Good morning to you. And I know some of you guys are going to say, why are you always doing filming in that bedroom of yours over there? Because, like I said last night in the other channel, this is a room that gives me comfort and happiness, and that's why I like it, because I like the colors, I like the theme of the room, so that's why I come in here, because this is the place where I feel at home. Of course, today is Black Friday, and I'm sure that they're going to be seeing a lot of doorbuster specials if they didn't already start in your area. All the boys are out shopping. Okay. Yeah. Probably. And probably some people are. I need to get this out too. Yeah, it's overcast here. It's not really exciting. I had an interesting dream this morning, although I don't think it was like super exciting, but I thought it was because I woke up in this dream. I had a dream that my head had some packing material on it, and Lemmy said, "It's your ears." I said, "Oh, that's right." Thanks, at least helping me out with my pin that. So basically, copy that one, paste it. The reason I gotta paste it is so many people have actually stopped working with the Nightbot, and so I don't think they would dare block me, although you never know. So let me get the Google Meets open. Yeah, I thought my head was wrapped in plastic or latex, and I wasn't quite sure. I said, "This is neat, whatever it is." Luby said, "It's your ears." Oh, my ears! I'm like, I'm gonna say, "Oh, okay, my ears." Yeah, that's right. At least I could laugh at it. It wasn't like a scary dream or nothing. It was just kind of funny. Yeah. Just, that was just funny dream. Who said the dreams have to make sense? I don't think they always make sense, but some people might think they do. Yeah. Alright, paste this in my name. Paste this in our name, amen. Alright, so let me get these video quickies out to Craig Sr. because he doesn't have them yet. And also, I haven't seen anything from Everschool yesterday. I'm going to give them a call today and make sure someone has not been dicking around with my electric power. Because, you never know. Like, you got some strange people out there on the internet that will just do strange stuff. You know, they'll play with your head, they'll play with your electric, they'll play with your gas. Yeah, I don't need that, right? I don't know if somebody trying to turn my electric off or not. Do you know if you block all mods that you can't see the moderation? Right. If you block all mods that you can't see the moderations, you can't see all the spicy stuff that gets deleted. Well, I know Google Mod that has showed up a couple times. Has resulted in me not seeing anything going on. It's funny because Google Mod is, I don't know why Google Mod actually doesn't really, was never moderated on my channel, but yet Google Mod will sometimes show up, and I like, looking at that and looking at my logs. Who's Google Mod? And like, I can't find Google Mod. I'm like, what? Who is Google Mod? And it's like, I've asked people who's Google moderation team, and some people are like, we don't know. I'm like, I don't either. They just show up. So send this out to Craig. Boom. Send this out to Patty because Chris is here. I don't need to send that to her. She's already here. So I'll send that one to Michelle K. I don't even know if she's up yet. I think he said he's going to send out the. It just says something about Patty. I just sent it. Okay. Share this to Michelle K. See, I don't even know which people are subbed or not, and so I have a few people that I hold very close to my heart, and I try to keep them abreast of what's going on. When I blocked Susan Wojcicki, my YouTube account got deleted. Why was Susan Wojcicki going to delete you? Yeah. That's kind of interesting. You should say it's changed in the last few months. It's good for place when there's a lot of deletion. Is Andrew having COVID? No. He has bronchitis, which is just as bad as COVID, if not worse. He has got antibiotics for it. It's a bacteria. It is not a virus. I need to make coffee. I didn't even make coffee yet. I didn't even have time. Let me quickly make some coffee, guys. I will be right back. And then the operator will be properly loaded. Okay, let me get some coffee in. Alright. Get some coffee. Okay. Okay, I'm back. And, so, hi Percy, how you doing? Good morning, yeah. Well, Rusty's on the chair in the bedroom or in the living room, so he's here. He's in the house. For the breakfast this morning, and so I think that behind the scenes on the other channel was of interest. I mean, even before I got into that long spiel in the stream, I still think it was really, really important. Do you ever play pranks? Not particularly. I wonder if I should move this camera a little bit. Careful. Oh, let's see. I don't want to deal with the pole. I don't want to deal with the pole. No. Alright, let me just. There we go. Yeah, I don't want to deal with the pole. I hate dealing with the pole. That's better. Yeah, so I noticed that the pole I'm talking about is this one on my desk. So I just keep it off the camera just a little bit. And let's see, maybe we can computer monitor. Okay, that's better. Do you ever play pranks? Sometimes no one hopes to see the pole, so you can see the camera's square. Yeah, I don't want the monitor scene. Oh, well, it's been set. Not too much, though. Alright. Yeah. Very much the desk has got this pole you gotta work around. Sure everything is center. Yeah. Yeah, I know enough of Nader. My dad was friends with him in school. They went to school together. How you doing, Paul? You got a lot of good calls last night. Not many inward callers. No, we didn't. Unfortunately, I had so many things going on last night that my brain was a little bit distracted from the call, so I couldn't hear them very clearly. And I think I feel bad for them because some of them really were trying to be interesting, and I had so many things going on that just, I just didn't. My brain was like thinking about a lot of different things. Yeah. But I'm going to try to be more proactive tonight. Remember, it's Friday. We have a night show, 9 o'clock, pretty much normal time. I know Ed wanted to try to do a show together with me at the same time, but I think a lot of people kind of felt like it was kind of like a bad idea. I don't particularly disagree with him because it was getting a little bit distracting in here with all the pandemonium going on. To try to do two shows at the same time, sending two watermelons through the same opening the size of a grapefruit. They're lucky we even got anything at all. Think of a major case of constipation or child labor. Now, I'm hurting. My cervix isn't open up far enough for all this. Ow, 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 ow. Service being the internet connection. It's only 1.7 megabits per second, and you're trying to squish two watermelons down it. I don't know. That's like asking for too much. Two watermelons side by side, and something's gonna give. No, Restream is an important tool because I use Restream. It lets us get our show out to multiple platforms. It's something that I have, it's not that expensive right now because I got it on for a special for a year. But Rusty, how you doing? I'm on up. Oh. Ain't a cat. Yeah. Ooh, give me a soft purr. Yeah. I tried to pick him up in a way that don't hurt him any because I know he's so big. Okay. So, let me see what the message was. Yeah. What do you think, Rusty? Yeah, it's on Twitch, it's on YouTube, and it's on Facebook. It's not streaming on Lumi's channel right now. No, it's not. Last show, the Thanksgiving behind the scenes stream was only on it was going through Restream, but it was still going. I mean, no, wait, that was direct. Yeah. One person. Yeah. Yeah, Krista, hold on a minute. Don't block everybody. John Heyman may have said something nasty, but it really wasn't that nasty. We need to see if we can get more activity on Twitch. I'm not sure what the most efficient way to do it is, but we definitely need to find a way. Yep. To get more people on a Twitch. So, it's like the Field of Dreams, build.com, right? So, we built it. And most of the time, it's pretty quiet over there. No any nasty talk. No, not necessarily. I'll just ask you not to do it as much, okay? I already asked her. I already talked to her about it. John, let it go. Hey, so we have survived Thanksgiving again this year. Yeah, I know stoners over there most of the time, or a regular gamer. Right, that's true. If I want to get paid by Twitch, I need to stream. Get 3 consecutive views minimum per stream for 30 days. And you have to stream for 30 days and get. So, I mean, for me, I need to get 3 views every day for 30 days so I can become an affiliate. To my knowledge, unlike YouTube, Twitch's affiliate program doesn't pay you a minimum of $100. It does pay you every month. Yeah, well, I still would like to hear Krista's answer as to the question. I think she found. I read the comment, by the way. It's the slow version of Flash. Now his ears, which are on his helmet, is different. They are swept back. I mean, almost like this. That's the way they look on the side of his head. Okay, swept back like this. This is like more like this. Okay. How you doing, Bergs? Any ERP? Yeah, no, not really. Not right now. I said, Paul, drop it. Okay, please. It's the morning show. I don't want to get into this drama stuff first thing in the day. I'm not going to drag that out again. I took the kitchen camera offline for now, so. Because what I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to. Where's the wishbone? I'm not really sure exactly where the wishbone is. I did. I told her not to do that, considering that comment really was not that offensive. Krista said, "Hey, wait a minute. I don't like the attention. It's Michelle, so she can have the attention. If I wanted attention, I wouldn't start my own show." Right. Well, I just think I said to you earlier, John Hangman's comment, well, may not have been the best in taste. It really wasn't that bad. It needs to be hidden. So I wouldn't necessarily hide that kind of comment. Speaking of, once you get yourself started out, even on your tablet, you can start doing your own show. I don't know if you're interested in doing that or not. Did you steal the turkey? No, we bought that. Actually, it was given to us. Krista got us the turkey. Yeah. So, I know you don't get the joke flash as fast as Michelle isn't that fast. I get it. I got it with the ears too, considering I seen the Flash costume close up on the Flash TV series. People with one case food stamps say that's right. Yeah, they saved them up. They used them for Thanksgiving. Now I gotta go through and deal with something time of the year that they can't use food stamps for. Black Monday. Or Friday or Cyber Monday. By the way, the green bill that the Democrats wanted to push has been shot down in flames by one House of Representative individual named Kennedy. He basically voted against it, and so he was the deciding vote that killed the green bill. Not the Green New Deal debacle. That's something completely different. Also, they are investigating Joe Biden and son. There's enough evidence now to result in the Republicans filing articles of impeachment against Joe Biden and possibly criminal indictments as well. So, well, you know what? What if you could save up your food stamps to buy something like at Chuck E. Cheese? In some counties, in some states, you can use food stamps at restaurants. So if you got the emergency pandemic relief in your state and you got the state that or counties that allow you to use it for fast food restaurants, then yes, you can go to Chuck E. Cheese if they're participating, or Dave and Buster's, or any restaurant that's participating in the EBT SNAP program. Also, you can use your money to buy seeds, food seeds. It doesn't pay for gardening equipment or anything like that, or fertilizer, but it would pay for your seeds to grow garden for food. If your garden shop is aware of that, with the EBT SNAP card, you can run that card through and pay for carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, corn, peas, beans, squash, pumpkin. So that's another option. I'll be uncorking for John Fee. Can you use EBT? No, Connecticut doesn't work with fast food restaurants. As I said, some states and some counties and some states do. So yeah, and in those states, they work with you. You can go in and you can go get some food at ABC Pizza or whatever. If the ABC Pizza was in one of the participating states, you could do that. Thank you very much, Johnny. Much appreciated. Really do appreciate it. I'm doing better, thank you. Last night I was after stream, I was a little bit emotionally down. Wasn't really feeling quite that well. I'm feeling better now. So, yep. There's the kitty cat. See? I haven't seen the kitty cat in a while. Appreciate your gift. I don't really. I'm not even sure where it is. It's like it's in the other room. Oh, I don't really want to grab and get it right now. Let's get it. Clang! Actually, I should actually sample that sound. At least I'll have it on file. Clang! I think the night streams you were having more fun and laughing than happy. Is that see that? Absolutely. I didn't. No, besides we know that is. They know what everything is. I had some wine last night with dinner. I didn't finish the whole bottle. I had half of it. How many people do you want to give me give tinnitus to? You know what? It's tough. I think there's a lot of expectations about the holiday itself. That because we have all seen movies where Thanksgiving is this great holiday with all these family gatherings. But what if you live by yourself? You know, you don't have family to come over. Your grandparents have passed on. Your brother is doing his own thing. Your sister's passed on. The man you miss the most, your father, is gone. Your mother can't climb up 3 flights of stairs. Or 2 flights of stairs. She doesn't really like you anyway. So basically you don't really have much of a Thanksgiving. It's more like for you it's more like a mental exercise. Like trying to solve polynomial equations in your head, trying to realize that there's no one there to share the joy with you. But I was entitled to because it was here. But that's going through the same thing I am. So, 2 miserable people basically sitting in the same place looking at a big oversized turkey that they're figuring what they're supposed to do with all the leftovers. I don't want to make anyone dwell on this, but remember, Michelle has family in her town. Christine says, one thing pressing me, if you have all these food stamps, why do you need the soup kitchen? Because normally, when we weren't getting all the emergency pandemic relief, most people want the soup kitchen more as a way to supplement what food they had. In addition to that, a lot of people don't get that much in food stamps. It's not uncommon to see food stamps as being as much as $200 for the whole month. And on average for the best case scenario. Or the worst case scenario, as much as $10 a month. This year, they gave us so much extra food stamps, and when me living with Ed, we don't use them all up right away. So, but if this was a normal time of year, a normal statistical average, I'd get about $199. Ed would get about $199. And if we were living completely separate, he would probably blow through his $199 in 2 weeks, just as I would. Well, by pulling the resources together, let's see, we can go out and eat from Michelle. I'm not thinking from Jimmy property. Well, right now he doesn't have any restaurants open Thanksgiving, so wouldn't matter anyway. Yeah, I know a lot of people from the UK don't really understand the food stamp system. I don't know if the UK's got something similar or not. If you get your CDL by then, you can drive by me and I will make turkey. You're talking to me. I don't think I'm going to be getting my CDL anyway near soon. I don't get the mail until the afternoon. Yeah. So kitchen allows for socializing. And it's important. Self-driving big rigs. Well, don't forget a CDL is more than just getting behind the seat and putting in the transmission and drive. You have to realize that the truck driver has to know how to repair his equipment too, and how to make sure it meets safety. American Truck Simulator kind of glosses over that, and in addition to truck driver in real life, also has to worry about how to deal with things like if for some reason your air brakes fail. How do you stop the vehicle? Far more driving jobs for the blind than there are now. We get 70 pounds a month to shop in the supermarket once a year. 70 pounds? That's it? Even those on fixed income? 70 pounds? I could see maybe 70 pounds a week. Or maybe every 2 weeks, but a year? That's not a lot. As far as self-driving trucks, the technology is being experimented with. They have the Tesla trucks have convoy mode, where the lead truck. Have I watched truck failure videos? I haven't watched them personally, but given what I know about how air brakes work, it would scare the living bejesus out of me if I was a poor truck driver in a situation where your air brakes have failed. The best you can do is pull the parking brake and hope to God that the calipers engage after you let off the gas. And it's a really scary thought, honestly, to realize that your trucks are important. You got a huge vehicle. You got a lot of weight behind you. You're basically depending on your drum brakes and your disc brakes engaging correctly. And if they don't gauge completely, that's bad enough. But if you don't engage at all, I mean, even if you turn on the jake brake, it's just gonna help some to slow you down. It's not gonna do enough to really totally stop you. What can cause a brake to fail, by the way, is you only have so much air in your air reservoir, and if you are constantly applying the brakes, say like going downhill, not only are you wearing out your brake shoes and your brake drums, you are constantly depleting the air in your reservoir, and if the air reservoir gets empty, there's an alarm that goes on in your truck that tells you you're out of air. You gotta wait for that compressor to catch up. But by that time, you're already basically of Shit's Creek without a paddle. So then, that's one of the reasons why when drivers are going to go downhill, and they know they're going to go downhill a lot, they turn on the jake brake, which is to use the engine itself to brake the truck. I'm not exactly totally sure how it works, but from what I've seen, what the Jake brake does, it does effectively slow it down. Yeah. Right, 19 pence a day. 70 pounds of food is a lot. Now, it actually comes from the term 70 pounds British sterling, which refers to how much silver coinage I think it is traditionally. It's the gears. Now, so like I said, as a truck driver, you need to know that. How does your Jake brake work? And like I said, a Jake brake is a powerful thing. It just works. It just does its job. It's a vital tool in the truck driver's toolbox. Getting those loads out safely, those class A tractors, they're big, a lot of energy behind them, a lot of torque. Tell us about truck stops. Well, I have been to a few in real life, so I guess I can talk a little bit about truck stops. The biggest single truck stop, of course, is got a small restaurant, which may not be physically small, but basically you have a restaurant, you have a shower area for truckers to shower, shit and shave and pee. You have a place where they can get fuel for the trucks, a lounge they can sit down with other truckers and calm out, chill out. And some often have a store where you can buy truck supplies that you need for your truck, like steering wheels and covers for your steering wheels, of course, turn signal bulbs and headlights as well. So, of course, they obviously have parking spots for trucks, from Class 8 tractor trailers to smaller vehicles like minivans. A lot of individuals go to a truck stop even if they're not driving a tractor trailer because like everyone else, these are rest stops. So if you, for example, drive even if you drive a minivan or like a service truck, you just want to go there, for the same reason the big guys do. I don't know about that, but they probably do have that somewhere. Kiss the cat. All right. Let's see. Let's get Rusty the cat on camera a little bit. Oops, sorry about that. My stomach is still kind of clearing the air from eating turkey last night. I don't do particularly great with turkey. I think it tends to make my. Let's see. No, I don't want to see your bunghole. Come on over here. No, I don't want to get a strike from showing pornography And I don't know, my cats don't give those kind of things, but I sure the hell don't want to find out if YouTube changes the policy. There might be a lot of innocent videos out there to be some poor person. Yeah, like I said, there we go. Okay, so yeah, that's Rusty. How do you know is Rusty? Okay. Just trust me, there's not too many other orange cats this size in Winston. They're a lot smaller than he is. And most cats are not going to just walk in my door. No, he's just been around. Besides that, a stranger cat isn't exactly going to be as comfortable with you or anyone else. Yeah. Ow! Okay. Go ahead. No, he's not different. I'm not exactly sure exactly what a lizard is. I do know. I've seen some stories on the concept of a lizard, kind of like a lounge lizard, but obviously they're not in lounge. They're in the parking lot of the truck. They might be doing other kinds of deliveries, if you know what I mean by that. Delivering other kinds of payloads. Does Rusty hunt birds? Yes. Does he hunt mice? Absolutely. He's twice 8 times a cat. Yeah, he's definitely a big cat. The female cat he likes, he's like a quarter of his size. He's just a big cat. Lot lizard is a shipping prostitute in a lot. Right, that's what I figured. Right. Morning, Michelle. Hope you and everyone had a great day. How about you? How are you doing today? Feeling better? Or are you still struggling with your bronchitis? Andrew, if you feel like coming up on the show, I'd love to have you on. These are always small. Yeah, Andrew has a black cat. Not always. I know some bigger black cats that weren't small. They were. Let's see. That's WG. So we get you guys on the same time. They yeah, it all depends on the cat. I mean, there's no doubt Rusty is certainly definitely one of the bigger cats. There are definitely smaller ones. Some of the cats like Rusty are smaller, but some are about his size. You know, like the cat one they called the rock cat. Looks like it's about Rusty's size. Well, Michelle, my voice is still really shot, but breathing is a lot easier at last. That's good. So the medication's helping. That's good to hear. Yeah, it's going to take a while for your vocal cords to get back to normal. In other words, right now, if you talk, it probably sounds like you've been talking like talking through a garbage disposal. Because you probably got a whole bunch of very raw, sensitive vocal cords, thus meaning of the sore throat, which affects a lot of parts of the body. Okay. You know what you should do is they do make waterproof Bluetooth speakers. I mean, if you're using like your desktop computer with Bluetooth, or if you have a laptop with Bluetooth, just pair up an inexpensive speaker with Bluetooth to your computer, and then you can bring that in the bathroom too. And then you should be able to hear us. Because I'm modulating pretty close to 100% modulation, so that should be pretty good. Because I didn't want to turn it up to the point where I can give everybody Megadeth hearing problems. Although I do be honest, I'm used to cranking it up a bit more. Like this. Okay, this better. Yeah, let's see. This one here can turn up a little bit more. Yeah. So I'm just trying to adjust the volume, be a little bit less annoying, because so many people have said to me, "You have a habit of basically blasting the ears in." Yeah, so just turn it up a little bit. Sorry if it was a little soft. It really. Andrew says, it really the first time I've been able to move about without coughing my guts out. I should be a bit better by tomorrow, Michelle, and I should be fine for panel then. Okay. Rest up, Andrew. Rest up. At least you're able to get it dealt with. So what are we gonna do on the 22nd when I get paid? And it looks like it's gonna be close to about $200. Well, first thing is I need a new nightgown, regular everyday nightgown, because my other nightgown is long shot. It's long overdue to be replaced. It is full of holes. It is ripped. It is shredded. It's just not looking good. T-shirt stuck to my back like it's like 100 degrees, even though it's 7 degrees. They may quit the smoking for sure. Definitely. Yeah, smoking is a bad choice for bronchitis. Think of all the pounds you'll be saving. That's additional money in your pocket. For paying for things like maybe more times to the pub if you wanted to go. Or maybe going out to see your friends and having a good time. Maybe go to a concert or something. For all the pounds that you save in a pack of cigarettes, it's going to be money that you can use to do fun stuff. I still would like to see you personally. I still would like to meet up with you. Let's see. Look at the messages. Patty said photo. What's this? Let's see. This is different. Wow, that's weird. Alright. Just looking at something that Patty sent me. About a dragon. Yeah. I'll be online, YouTube. I'm just trying to see if there's anything here that needs my attention right now. I don't see anything right now. Let's quickly look at the weather forecast. Currently, right now, it's 7 degrees Celsius. It's cloudy. It's expected high is 9. Saturday is sunny, is expected high 9. Sunday, 70% chance of rain, a high of 10. Monday, cloudy, 9 degrees. Tuesday, mostly cloudy, a high of 5, so it cools down a little bit. Then we have a quick rebound on Wednesday, a high of 12, a low, and a 60% chance of rain. Do I see anything cold temperatures? No, it's like the weather can't make up its damn mind. It's like between cool and warm. I think there must be a southern energy vortex that's coming up in the area. Hey Christine, thanks to see you. Was on Amazon earlier during the Black Friday stuff, but I don't think the deals were really that great. Yeah, they probably, just like every other business, especially with Amazon, I know it's a lot of stuff with the free shipping's included, particularly with what their latest deal is. Free shipping included, really. It ain't free. It's not free shipping because you're actually paying for it. It's on part of the price. And I don't really need anything from Amazon right now. But still be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, with after the new political people get voted in on January 6th, Inauguration Day. I think it's January 6th again. I'm not sure. Is how is this going to, affect some of the Democrats' dreams to totally mess up everybody? If the committee really did seriously find enough to impeach and indict Joe Biden, then that means the next Speaker of the House, which would mean McCarthy, would become the with Kamala Harris, and then the party leaders, Speaker of the House, would pro tem become the Vice President, which it looks like it's going to be McCarthy. I'm sorry, bad hammer for you. Thank you. So, okay, so let me just talk about something really quickly. Yesterday, I mentioned in the behind the scenes, that somebody brought up, and I kind of explained that they're not too far from true, is I haven't been able to find or feel comfortable to look for the right female partner. Because of the fact is that I've been hurt emotionally so much because of the way I was ridiculed that I kind of stopped looking. But deep down, I still want to find the right partner. I really do. And I thought about the internet, dating sites like Date Hookup and Mingle 2 For example, ones I am actually affiliated with, and a lot of them require you to have, obviously, to be able to meet your date. And it's like, what if you don't have a car? What if you don't have transportation? It's a lot harder. You know, talking about self-driving cars, for example, which I think is an interesting technology, but unfortunately, it's not something, at least not in Connecticut anyway, where you can have a legally blind person, registered blind person driving a car. Even if the car was entering all the statistics and making all the turns, you are required to have a driver's license with those cars anyway. So you're not going to be out there driving a car. It's just not going to happen. Right? So, and like I said before, me and Dory had a good working relationship, but it went south because unintentionally, Dory didn't really do well with Lumi because Dory felt like Lumi was more important to my life than she was. That's not bad if you like Big Macs. I'm really kind of not eating as much as I used to. I'm trying to get my weight down because I want to continue losing weight because I need to. And so what I think is the thing that the behind the scenes showed you guys is a life among the low income people is pretty boring. Because we don't have a lot going on. But you know what? Don't forget, that's the reality of what really it's like. In our income bracket. It's not like you see on TV where you see somebody always going to the club and drinking $5 and margaritas or something like that. It's not like that. It's just every day. It's just boring, slow actions. I don't know. How's it going? I'm not sure what that symbol means, but looks like it's a party hat on. A little noisemaker in your mouth, it looks like. It's Friday. Yeah. It's true, it is Friday. So, when I get a chance this afternoon, I'm gonna take care of stuff. Yeah, it's a New Year's Eve emoji. Yeah, I get it. But the thing is, what you saw yesterday is everyday life. I explained some of the stuff out loud what we were doing because we just Lumi sticking her nose in the phone. Darnell says I'm running errands. It's madness outside. Oh really? I bet the malls look like a pandemonium and zoo. See, this is the time of year. the retailers spend so much on everything from Black Friday to Christmas Eve to try to compensate in that one period of time, it's about a month, all the losses. And if they don't do well during that 1 month, unless this year a lot of retailers may be gone because a lot of them are circulating the drain financially. Yeah. Did you ever drink that wine? I did. I drank the first bottle on Wednesday night at 4 in the morning, and then I drank about half of the bottle on Thursday night with Ed at 11 o'clock when I had dinner. And so yes, I did drink the wine, and I'm still drinking the wine. But I'm not drinking it for breakfast. um, yeah. So, like some people said this, I mean, I know what they say is, well, it's not super strong. It's not. It's only 3.5% alcohol per bottle, which is really not that major of a deal. I've gotten to the point where if I really wanted to, I probably could drink 3 bottles straight through and not really be affected too much. And I think that's a danger sign for me to be careful. Because remember the first time I drank it, got me a little bit freaking out, buzzed out a little bit. Second time I drank it, bottle of wine like that, I didn't do anything. It was just like, tastes good, down the whole damn thing, and it was just slightly buzzed. Then we had the tiny umbrellas that was a little bit strong. So gotta be careful with that stuff because I do have liver problems. So I wouldn't go too crazy with wine. Yeah. Did I play the new WoW? On the PTR, I did, yes. On the retail, I didn't buy into the Dragon Plate yet. I do have plans to. I'm looking forward to buying the package because I am interested in it. And so I'll see what happens with that. Then the question is do I buy the American account or do I buy the European account? Because originally was recommended that I should play the European servers because the American servers are pretty slow. It's about the same price in euros, about 12 euros per month for the European server. And let's see. How many dollars to euros do I get each month? Let's just make the math easy. Let's just say it's $1 per euro. That means that realistically I would have to give up my American WoW account to realistically play the European servers for a period of time. Yeah. Dragonflight. I actually, in the PTR, Priscilla, Priscilla, I just call it Priscilla. Okay, just because it's easier. It's actually not her name, but it's like Pristetta something. Actually wrote in Dragon as to do a delivery for, it's actually part of a Dragon Blade PTR. So I couldn't figure out how to fly the sucker because I kept trying to fly the dragon like I was flying my other flying mounts in the other game, and it was like I was having the worst luck getting the controls to do the pitch, the rolls, and everything like that. And so I a couple times for example, I tried to land, and I did this with my regular mount one time too. So this isn't the first time. I would do is dismount my mount one time. So this is usually how I go down to earth. Is once I dismount, even if I'm high up in the sky, say about 300 yards, is then I hit slow fall on the way down like a parachute. Well, I didn't have a parachute. 75 yards up. I was like, I gotta get down to ground level to turn in this damn quest. And I'm like, I can't get. I said, okay, I'm over water. The dock's right there. I can't seem to get my dragon to go any lower, and I was just getting frustrated. So I dismounted, hoping that even though I had 75 yards of me between me and the ocean, that I was going to land fairly safely, if not badly hurt. And nope, didn't happen. I ended up dead and anybody who ever finds out about water impact hits, at least they got the physics right on this, is at that speed and terminal velocity, hitting the water is like hitting a wall. You're just going to go down with a solid smash. Oh, Valenia. You mean Valenia? Valenia. My mage on the retail on when rest the cord. She's okay. She hasn't been played much. I need to get her more played in. So I mean that's something I want to do too. So, with the money that we're going to be getting on the 22nd of December, I'm going to try to buy myself a new nightgown. Put some of it into the credit card bill. And I can't think of anything else I need right now. Oh, yeah. Buy the Dragon Flight expansion is probably likely to be one of the next purchases. But that's about it, though. No, I don't have a lot of things to do. Just those things. Because I'm looking forward to, New Year's. Because these years are getting kind of old and they need to be replaced. The money that I am supposed to be saving for with the new HMO, once I get my HMO card, is going to be is close to $80 a month because of the increases in the premiums in the other plan. That's why I left it. I mean, $88 for just Medicare Part D. I just went, no, this is. When it was $32 a month, it wasn't so bad. And then slowly, but actually not so slowly, in the last year, it went from $54 a month, $64 a month, to $77 a month. I just, no, I'm not paying this anymore. Um, I'll see a Christmas dinner, LOL. Yeah, well, for those people who don't know, the emergency pandemic money will continue through to the end of December. Then it will be up to the Secretary of Health and Human Services and the USDA if they're going to renew it for another 3 months. But I think the truth is that they have to be more honest about the fact is that it's no longer because of the pandemic. The renewals are more and more becoming because of the fact is that of the economic crisis. Maybe they're trying to say in a way, this is our stimulus check for you in the agricultural industry. How you doing, Andrew? Hi, friends. Dabs, how you doing today? Well, the thing is Mr. USDA Secretary, Health and Human Services Secretary, it's very generous of you. Appreciate that. But it's too bad it's not financial money I can use to pay my bills with and maybe use it to buy Christmas presents or it's cash I need sometimes. It's not food stamps. I mean, I'm 54 years old. I mean, I have a weight problem as it is. I'm trying to get my weight down. And don't let some people tell you that I'm not trying, because I am. Okay? I mean, I don't know what I'm going to look like by the time I'm 64 years old, when I'm its age. Heaven forbid. I don't know, because that's not that far away. 38, 2000, and it's 10 years. So 2024, 2034, I'll be 53 years old. 2035, I will be, oh my god. Yeah. Definitely be a senior at that time. So, I don't know. Am I going to be an gaunt old lady that basically sits there and just complains about everything? Always constantly need to go to the beauty parlor to do my hair because I have nothing else to do in my life. Or one of those people who sits in the bingo hall and somebody complains about the young biddies that do one of those old farts that can't make up her mind what she wants in life. Well, or the variation of the 21st century version of it. It looks bad for its age, though. Yeah. It's because the alcohol dries you out inside. He's dried out. It's like you're drinking formalin or formaldehyde. It does the same thing. It pickles your body. It's not a very good choice. Yeah. Well, technically, he is a grandfather. He has 3 grandsons. Yeah. Yeah, he has 3 grandsons. Not really too much venting, but just kind of keeping the conversation getting too stupid. I think he needs to get out and have a little fun. And I think we all do. I think me too. I think go through a lot of life, But when you're in our economic bracket, going out to do fun can be an expensive endeavor. Because it takes a lot of money to go on some of the stuff that I'd like to do. I try to name myself, What do you mean? You tried to knee yourself in the shower? I tried to knee myself in the. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, giving someone a knee in that area is more of a personal thing to. It's a two-person thing. Yeah. Board game. So, like I said, one of the things that people are starting to learn about the internet and social media is the way that everybody says that life is great and everything's fun, and they're going on these fun trips and stuff. Like you see in some of these YouTubers, these bigger channels going out and say, "Today I'm going to the Rocky Mountain National Park, or I'm going to the Grand Canyon, or I'm going to the hot springs of Arkansas, or I'm going to Reykjavik in Iceland and exploring the local culture." Those are rarities. Those are not realities. The average YouTuber's life is basically pretty much just like yours, just as boring, doing content every day. Maybe if you're lucky, you get some unboxing videos to do, which I do get once in a while to do those. It's just a lot of glamour supposedly associated with YouTubers. That's why I was gonna buy the game YouTuber's Life, but then I realized YouTuber's Life, as cute as the game looks like, YouTuber's Life, but the original looked more like would have been a good starting point. Yeah. And then, of course, there's things called influencers, social media influencers, the people that influence others. To go out there and suggest what kind of hair shampoo to use, what kind of body spray to use, what kind of feminine hygiene products you should buy, what hotels you should stay at, what things in life you should be supporting, what causes this, what causes that. I call them YouTube annoyances. Because they're just everyday people that are just trying to market a product, and that's what they're doing. Yeah, influencers. Yeah. More like people who plug a product and they're making revenue on it. For example, some YouTube. I read this a couple years ago. I think this is still true. One hotel chain, a YouTube influencer came in and said, "I want a room for free." The hotel looked at the person like, "What? I'm a YouTube influencer. I want a room for free so I can review your hotel." "I don't know you. Why should I give you a free room?" "Because if you don't, I'll give you a bad review, and then you'll basically and your ratings will be in the toilet." But I don't even know anything about you. See things that this one influencer was trying to twist the hotel management's arm to get them in there so they could review a room, so they would be a place to hang out for the night, so they could do a video and brag about how great the hotel was. Like, yeah. Stupid. But that's the way some of them work. Not all. Some YouTubers, they're a little more down to earth. I know, like Adrian's Digital Basement, as I said, I know it's a technical channel. In the 8-Bit Guy and Lazy Game Review. So I'm going to use those three channels for example. These are regular everyday people. They are dealing with the same things everybody else is. The Ben Heck Show is the same thing with Ben Heck. I'm talking about after he became his own show, showing his own personal life. So he's just an ordinary guy living with a cat that looks like a miniature Rusty. Okay, he's not so miniature anymore. The cat actually got pretty big. But he is skinnier than Rusty. He's about half his size. And again, he shows technology and stuff like similar to what he did when he had the Ben Heck show when it was a big production. But it's just him doing it now with his camera. And people actually still love watching him because he's not under any kind of contract. He's not under any kind of sponsorships. He gets to do the things that he wanted to do on his own. And he can crack his own jokes, and most people don't even care about the jokes. In fact, a lot of us have giggled to it. Bring up the roadway and try it. I don't think what the roadway would do, because again, they don't know me. I mean, they might remember me from 2016, but I don't think they're going to go out and go, oh, I'll give you a room, yeah. I doubt it. It's obviously up right now. I think he's going to do his morning routines. So, influencers are a thing. Don't forget to put the link in the link jars, guys. It is, as far as I know, unhidden, so you can see the votes. Yeah. See if there's any messages. Somebody's Craig's not here, but then again, maybe I'm not because Craig's is concerned about his wife right now. She's seriously not doing well. Renewal by Anderson Windows. I don't like any Windows. YouTube, Amazon store card. Register your store card. I don't count it yet. GOP merchandise. YouTube. I'm sorry. Columbia House, Dressborn, Bubble America, Amazon.com, Black Fridays here. Restream.io. Okay. I'll take a look at that in a second. Okay. Twitter, YouTube. Yep. Oh, Mr. Print. A lot of messages, information about your video, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Capital One. Your new card has shipped. Okay. Because I actually got Capital One actually offered me a second credit card to go with the first card. And I figured, why not? I got an Amazon card for no pain, suffering. Figured I might as well cycle for another Capital One card. So I got two Capital One cards. I'm not gonna be using either the Amazon or Capital 2 card, for lack of a better name, because I don't need to use Amazon or Capital 2. Craig is important, by the way. Litchfield Inn, I don't think I know much about the Litchfield Inn. Yeah. Yeah, his, Craig's wife, from what he told me, is she's having some complications because of multiple sclerosis. I think that that's a sad reality. He very much loves his wife very dearly. and but her health is slowly declining, and even with the best medical care, it's just just means doesn't mean that you're going to be getting better, because multiple sclerosis has killed a lot of famous actresses, including Annette Funicello. People didn't know that she had multiple sclerosis in the end. When they used to do the Skippy commercials, and she had a long life, but in the last few years of her life, Annette Funicello really struggled because of the multiple sclerosis. And it's, of course, hard for the family. Absolutely. Because not only do you have to. You remember when that person was so vibrant and so active and doing so many things, and now you have to watch them as they slowly decline. And it is shameful. It is sad. It absolutely is. When any terminal illness, I mean, my father's cancer, certainly from what yeah, thank goodness, unlike Olivia Newton-John, it wasn't her breasts that killed her in the end with breast cancer. Olivia Newton-John, unfortunately, did not win her battle with breast cancer. She, I believe it was this year, passed on. So I really kind of wonder if there's any song that she did that describes anything that describes what I'm thinking about, what is to lose. I don't know, I guess hopelessly devoted to you. She was devoted to her fans. Living in John, as I said, was very active with her fans. Well, unfortunately, hers had spread quite a bit through her body. That takes a toll on you. Sinatra says, I had a professor that was taken away relatively quickly by MS, wheelchair bound in his last years, and not that old. Yeah, I knew a young lady that had MS, that they were able to help her at least stabilize and go a little bit into remission with MS. And so she wasn't wheelchair bound anymore. But, she still had struggles. She survived a long time. Yes, she did. Yeah, Olivia Newton-John did survive a long time. So, like I said, I have an understanding what Craig's feeling about the situation with his family and his wife. I do hope that she will improve for, because the family is so much. It seems like his wife and her husband are very close to each other. I wouldn't want to be the poor guy that becomes the widower in the end. Because what happens when you are together that long is you're so, my mom is the same way. Okay. You lose your partner, and then next thing you know it, especially the holidays is hard. You know, you think of them every day. You say, well, okay, um, Like my mom still sleeps in the same bed when she and my dad did when they first got married. Yes, they got a new mattress on it a couple times. That's not the point. The point is that every morning she wakes up and she realizes he's not there anymore. And I think deep down she misses my dad's presence. And and that really is something you feel. It's kind of sad to think about because, hey, what are you going to do? It's going to happen sooner or later. You know, your significant life partner is going to pass on. And deep down, you dread that moment, especially when you get to be older. You know what's happening, especially if it's something like a disease or illness like multiple sclerosis. You see it. It's not like everything was fine and then poof, they're gone. That's bad too. But at least difference is it's not like you have to watch it, and you keep trying so hard to act that everything's the same. But to see your friend or your loved one, which is your friend too, slowly declining, it's just the pits. It's just the pits. Really. Yeah. It's blessing to find that love in the first place. Absolutely. Well, I know that even though my father and I um were not quite in the same line as my father and my mother, after all, I wasn't married to my dad. I still miss my dad, especially during holidays, because my father loved Christmas. He used to love having fun with my brother and me and my sister. Nowadays, when I was younger, I seem to remember that. And I kind of miss the fact is that, my father, when I was younger in high school, he was always there giving me advice, recommendations for ideas as we would discuss ideas or concepts on the news events, what's going on. And I don't know what my dad would think about all the stuff that's going on right now with the current political situation. But I got the impression that my father would have been like screaming at the television, watching Fox News, and talking about how stupid Biden is. Sorry, it's true. He was a Republican through and through. He was definitely not going to support this craziness. Um, but the holidays is hard on everybody, and as I said, especially for families with loved ones who just recently passed. But for the homeless, their their holidays are even worse. In some ways, the homeless in some ways are like the orphans. Not really much is done to help the homeless during the holidays. The street people just quietly huddled in their little encampment, in Los Angeles. I don't think anyone ever stops and says to them, "Look, would you mind if I take you to lunch? At least, I'd like to take you to lunch or treat you to something." That would be nice. But most of the time they don't. You know, like I said, a lot of the homeless feel neglected Because the sad truth is they are being neglected. At least by society, anyway. Like an unwelcome, ugly sweater that nobody wants to wear. Of course, we do talk about shut-ins, but the homeless, I think, are the ones that really get the worst of the worst. And the reason, in some cases, I would say there's some truth to it, that they're their own worst enemies. For example, how did they get home? How did they become homeless in the first place? Was it substance abuse? Was it bad living choices? Or was it something that is totally out of their control? Like, for example, that they received their pink slip from a job and just wasn't able to find another job, and then the landlord gives them a notice to quit, and then they're basically stuck on the street because they couldn't afford to pay the rent anymore. That case is tragic. That's not even when a poor person wanted to be there, when they're just stuck there. So think about that homeless person you might have just met. It looks like they don't want to be there. Maybe if you develop some friendship with them, maybe you could ask them what happened. Yeah, absolutely. Like, so that's very common. That's very common. Or even some of the veterans that served in the United States military that have suffered from significant loss of, because of PTSD or physical ailments that they're treating with over the counter medication, abuse, alcohol, drugs, street drugs, whatever. Because the VA isn't doing enough to help those vets. We see that too. It's something to think about. But I do hope that maybe someday we can find a way to turn that frown upside down on their eyes and their faces and give them a reason to smile. I don't know how you're going to do that, but there must be a way. I think some of them just want to talk their stories out. And that's what counseling is important. I mean, prescription medications for short term can be an aid to help with counseling, but it certainly should not be the sole solution. Yeah, this is kind of a sad morning show. But then again, you know, it's not really meant to be a sad show, but in some ways it is a Thanksgiving post show. So, it's maybe again, this is kind of the reason why you should be thankful for what you have received, that the good things you've received, and also try to pass the thanks on and the giving on to those who didn't. A lot of people really need that. Yeah, talk therapy is definitely key, but a lot of times, we can go into this on the insurance programs and stuff in the states, and how they really just want to push the big pharma more than anything because therapy costs money. After all, giving somebody antidepressant pills is cheap. But like Dr. Peter Bregan said, You cannot use prescription medications as the only pathway to deal with the problems. All you're doing is you're just covering up the symptoms. You're not treating the problem. You need to work with therapy. Talking therapy is the first and most important thing. So many of these people have things that they've got to say. Even if sometimes it sounds, whatever they're saying may sound kind of strange, let them talk it out with you. They need to. They need to be able to discuss those things that they're feeling deep in their heart. So like I said, the problem is that the therapies, they're not cheap. And insurance companies and are being in bed with big pharma is being taught that mental health is best treated with medication. No, that's not what I think. I don't support that logic. I don't support that logic. For short term, yes, but for long term, no. And I'm not trying to give medical advice, okay? Please understand that each individual is different. Everybody is going to need different things. Only you and your doctors can make the best diagnosis. If you choose to do a certain treatment that works for you, like in my case, and my therapist agreed, you don't need antidepressants because you have some real latent issues and fears that we need to get in the open, and that will help you 1,000,000%. If we can get you to just go out there and talk about what you're feeling. I got a lot I'd like to say on YouTube, but I don't want people to unsub because they decide that, oh, Michelle's channel is just not for me because all she does is whine and cry about this and that. So I don't bring it up on a regular basis, but sometimes I will bring it up a little bit, kind of like scooping off the frosting of the cake. You're eating the nicer part of the cake, but you gotta eat the sponge too. Yeah, the SSRI. Yeah, and the SSNRIs. The serotonin, let's see, SSRI. Let's see, yeah, selective serotonin non-reuptake inhibitors. Paxil is one of them. Prozoloft. That can cause damage too. Medications like that, you gotta be careful with. Hallucinogenics are the best solutions. And psychology issues. I don't really particularly like it, but Lumers doesn't really like it much. Oh, I don't know. See, now that's something I don't understand about this. What it is with this psychic mushroom thing, this magic mushroom stuff, that they're so against it. Maybe those will be the next thing. Psicoban will be, or Seoban, or whatever they pronounce the word. Cyoban will be the next thing that will be legalized. And then we'll be able to, and also ecstasy. Medication was originally a psychological medication that was prescribed by doctors. And in some cases, ecstasy used to have a positive effect and did work. But it ended up getting out in the wild, and the next thing you know, they changed it into a Schedule 1 because they said it didn't work anymore. Um, yeah, ketamine cures depression. Waito said, once I had a dealer retire and he sold me a huge amount of mushrooms for almost no money. It lasted a long time, even with lots of sharing. Yeah, like I said, I do agree it is kind of sad to see how much they charge for talking therapy, and most insurance companies definitely have a valid reason to bulk at the cost. Depending on the therapist, $100 an hour or $100 a session is pretty high price. But people don't realize that the therapist is also paying a high price emotionally too. Because they themselves are probably going to psychotherapy. It's probably true. Think about it. It's just like a priest, in a church, right? Priest says hear all these confessions from all these, parishioners, and then after a while he's carrying all this baggage plus his own personal faults, and then he has to go to a priest and confess his sins, and then he is still feeling sinful, guilty for the parishioners' sins that he absolved them for. So he's carrying their sins and his sins. So he goes to his priest and his bishop and says, "Could you please, Father, could you please absolve me? I'm sorry, I've been through a lot." And so it's the same thing with the therapist. The therapist is probably going to therapy because he has to deal with the same thing. I'm getting buried under all these problems about this guy's wife being, whatever, and then of course my life sucks because my wife is complaining because I'm too wrapped up in my job. Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, they have medical practice here where they'll give you ketamine and babysit you till you wear it off. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's really a solution to a problem, but no, not really. But you gotta admit that it's a bad point. So the video that I did on the other channel, I did put a time and date stamp in that video so we can get to the juicy bits. And the reason I didn't want to download it and cut it up is because then we'll lose the chat replay. And I think the chat replay is just as important as the video itself. And unless I can find a way to overlay the chat replay in the video so that people can still see the chat replay. See, that's the thing that kind of sucks because YouTube, I'm talking about if you just edit the video while it's done on the system. Or like if you have to take out copyrighted music or whatever, you lose the chat replay. And then it's like, oh, I have just lost about half the content. Because you don't know what I was saying, the answers to the questions I was answering on the screen. So it's like I gotta read them out loud so that people understand them. How you doing? What's making you teary-eyed today? Nothing. Is just generally just kind of like I don't know. Just feel that way, I guess. I don't have an absolute answer. But I definitely did say the truth. I do miss my dad. And I miss my uncle. which was a very much a big part of the upcoming Christmas that we were going to be coming up to. Was my uncle Arnie. He used to give out a lot of Christmas presents to the family and to the community at large. Friday night. It's not Saturday. But yes, we have a show tonight too. Yeah, my dad has passed away. And I think my mother is very deeply, profoundly affected even now. Because uh, and that's one of the reasons I think I really, really dread that something happens to Craig's wife. Because of that reason. Because if it's gonna hit him like a ton of bricks. That's the real sad truth. For Craig, it's just gonna hit him like a ton of bricks. Like it affected my mother. It's kind of hard to hug the whole world, honey. I try, but I don't know if I can hug the world. But the thing is that yeah. Back to the start. I'm starting therapy next month to finally unpack my childhood trauma I never dealt with. You'd be surprised how many people got childhood trauma that they always pack away. It is a long, long, long journey. I keep asking myself. I don't really have too much childhood trauma. I do have some. But long ago, I started working that out. But the trauma I have is the reason why I don't date. It's the ridicule I faced because I'm different. We talked about this on the other channel. The ridicule of what it's like to be a hermaphrodite and be ridiculed by people that do not understand what it's like to be hermaphrodite. You want to give so much. You want to be a part of the lives. You want to find the right happy partner. But every time you do, there's a fear that someone's going to reject you outright because you're not standard store model. You're not the standard store configuration. And so you're afraid that you're going to get hurt over and over again. And for some people like me, I have been hurt over and over again. And after a while, you tend to stop looking. But deep down, you still want to find that special person in your life. See, I think that's really what Hans Christian Andersen was trying to say about the Snow Queen. In his original story, The Snow Queen, the woman, he originally wrote it because he couldn't stand the woman. He thought the woman that he met, that he was actually attributed to Snow Queen, was a terrible person. But I think there's something about the story that he didn't say. He didn't say why she was a terrible person. So I'm going to look at this from my perspective and see if I can understand what's happening here. Okay, why did she take Kai or Kay? Because she was lonely. Why was she lonely? She didn't have any kids. Why didn't she have no kids? She didn't have a spouse. Why didn't she have a spouse? I don't know. Maybe she was afraid of getting into a relationship with somebody because she was afraid she was going to get rejected. But she still wanted a kid. And maybe in the 21st century variation, she went to the adoption agency and they basically laughed in her face and said, "Sorry, you're too old. You don't have enough money. You don't meet the financial obligations to have a child." Talk about a slap in the face with a fish, including that 80-pound goldfish. You actually tried so hard to do the right thing, and then they keep telling you excuses to say, no, you can't have that. Um, no, I'm still here. Have you considered getting away? I wish we could take an unable to carry baby. Well, you can. I'm only considering adopting a child. If I could have, right now, I think at the age, I think adopting an older foster child that's been in the system for a few years might be an option. At least I wouldn't sit there and give them excuses and say, that they're not important. Because a lot of kids in this foster system really feel lost. A lot of them do. Some of them would just love to have a home. But again, like I said, they're very picky about who they will adopt to. And I don't even know if I can financially afford to take on a child. I really can't. Yeah. So that's pretty much where we stand. I mean, I know Skynet wants to come on the panel. I see that. He didn't ding dong yet. I know he's looking at it. Your home isn't safe for a kid, and it sounds like you would smack him. Oh, I don't think my home is safe at all for anybody, but too many. Go ahead, Skynet.
Yeah, go ahead, Michelle.
How you doing?
Kind of caught up with what's going on this morning. You're putting out a lot of conflicting statements, though. It seems like first you want maybe a love partner. Now you're talking about children.
Well,
Michelle, have you
it's not really so
actually?
conflicting. After all, doesn't long-term love relationship kind of results to the fact of hope you one day you're gonna have a family? I don't think it's really conflicting.
Oh, I see where you're going with it. I see, the evolution of, first is a relationship and then comes kids. Sure. But Michelle, you got to start a little bit smaller than, relationship and kids.
Let
This is
me
like
explain
wait.
first of all, if I can't get over the fear of dating, I don't think we would be able to go any further than that. That's the
Why?
reality.
What's the fear? What is your fear? What are you scared of?
Because I'm scared of rejection.
Well, I mean, I'm scared of. I mean, rejection hurts. Everybody has to deal with it.
Yeah, but the thing is you can tell you're the one that you want to have a relationship with everything about yourself, including showing that your options and feature stickers and say this is what I've got, and then they
Yeah,
go to
but
bed
don't
with
put
you,
all
and the
your
next thing you know, they basically walk out of the room and go, "I'm sorry, this is not what I bargained for," and then it's like,
but
"Oh my god, well, I didn't do
Michelle,
it."
don't put all of your
I've
eggs
had
in
it
one
happen. I've
basket.
had it happen, and
Right, we
it's
all have. We all have. We all have. And usually when it hurts the worst is when you put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, I
yeah.
know it's really hard to like comprehend as somebody that hasn't dated a lot, But really, the first few dates that you do after like a long spell should be with people that you don't really care one way or another what they're gonna say. You just ask them, hey, you want to go out to eat? Sure, okay, cool. If they say no, no big deal. You didn't really even want to eat with them
Yeah.
anyways. You just gotta like get yourself out there. You gotta be social. You're not gonna meet people at your house. I mean, you might meet.
Right. And
You
that's
might.
just
There might be.
like people pointed
Michelle,
out. Even Ed
someday.
pointed out last night. He said the problem with Winston is there's not a lot in this town. This is a small community. But I don't feel comfortable in a big. I don't
Michelle,
feel.
I live in a small community. You think your community is small? I live in a small community.
We both
Okay,
live in small communities.
my whole area is 2 streets long. Okay,
Okay.
we've got 2 streets long. There's not even a restaurant. It's like a convenience store
Okay.
and two bars. That's it. We got 2 bars and a convenience store. So
So you can get milk and get drunk at the same time.
there you go. I mean, have you been? Is there gay bars? Maybe you'd feel comfortable in a gay bar. Like just being around some other
I
people
don't
that
know of any in my area. There used to be one in Willimantic. And I did meet
Willie
a few
Manic
people.
always.
I did meet a few younger. I was younger then too. I did meet a few younger ladies I became friends with. I didn't really consider dating them because I mean there
There you
was at the
go.
time I was concerned about alcohol being part of my regular existence. So it's becoming a thing for me. I just gotta be careful with it. But the
Michelle, I
thing,
would say as long as you don't drink off stream alone or just with Ed, you'll be all right. But if you're closet drinking, you gotta watch out for that. It's not kosher.
yeah, I would definitely say I'm nowhere near the point where I can't live without a bottle of wine in my hand. I'm definitely not to that point. I'm far from it. I'm just
But I do gotta say, Michelle, when you do have a bottle of wine in your hand, you are a little bit more loosey goosey. So
sometimes a little bit too loose. Yeah. um.
I don't think a woman of your nature can get that loose.
What would a guy named Willie Manic know about lesbians? Willie
Yeah, what
Manic is a
would you
town in the other side of the state. It's WIL. At least you kind of spelled it right, even though you actually kind of split into two parts. It's WILLIMANTIC. It's a town right above Norwich, right below Stores, and it's a pretty much the same size as Winston in some ways. It's not much bigger. I mean, it's a bit bigger, but not like a huge amount.
All right,
Um,
Michelle, hold on. We're going way off topic though, but it was a good start. Michelle, I think what we need to do, all right, is come up with some goals, for
yeah,
yourself, and then write them down on a piece of paper. And between myself and Paul and the viewers, we'll all try to get you what you need. It sounds like what you just want is some companionship, a little love.
yeah. Where's
So
Northampton? Is that Massachusetts? Wait, where's Northampton? Yeah.
why
Well,
don't we get you? Why don't we get you started with the dating profile? You've already got some nice headshots, some glamour shots to put on your profile
yeah.
page. Yeah. Why don't we,
And I already do have two dating sites I'm on. I'm on Date Hookup and I'm on Mingle too.
well, I mean, do you look on there? Do you message people?
I did, but the problem I ran into was I was never sure how much information I should tell them. I told them everything. Everything.
Don't do that.
I think
That's
that
too
was a
much at
mistake.
first.
But then again,
It's all
what if I
right.
don't tell them enough and then they scream at me and say, "You fuck, you didn't tell me you had that?" And I'm like, "Well, I." Then they yell at you and say you lied to me, you fucking. I'm like, "Oh, I'm not trying to lie to
So
you."
okay. So Michelle, I think what you're trying to say without saying the words is that you want to tell people that you're a hermaphrodite, but you get scared about
Right.
telling them because, well,
They're afraid they're gonna turn
that's
you
pretty,
down.
Michelle, that's pretty solvable. All you got to do is just put like right on your profile that you're a hermaphrodite. Then if anybody reads your profile, they'll see that. You don't have to tell them. I mean, that's really
Right.
not any of their business. But if you want to weed people out, just know, hey, I already put it there. I don't have to tell them that I'm a hermaphrodite because if they were actually interested in me, they would see that I put I'm a hermaphrodite, And
Yeah.
then maybe they'll ask you. Maybe they'll ask you, are you post-op? Are you pre-op? And then you'll be like, oh, I don't have the op. And then maybe you'll find yourself a hermaphrodite that's the same way, Just label yourself. If you're
Yeah.
disabled, if you can't walk, just be honest. Put I can't walk, but don't make the whole conversation be about like why you can't walk and how shitty your life is. Nobody wants to hear that. At least not in the trying to get to know you phase. Find
Well, the other
stuff.
thing I would run into is because my eyesight is the better. Say, if they say, let's just say, she give an example of Northampton, Massachusetts. Let's just run with that example. Let's just say I found someone on Date, Hookup, or Mingle Too. Those are the two dating sites I already am registered on. Okay.
People travel, right? People take airplane trips all the time. People have
Right,
vacation. People
right.
put money
But the
aside.
problem is what if you can't drive? And they say to you, and they can't drive. Let's say, for example, they're just as disabled as you are.
How
Um,
bad do you guys want to be together?
well, you hope you'll be able to be right, but it's like, what if? That's what I'm saying.
So
What?
when I was 15 years old, I ran away from home and took a Greyhound bus like 75 miles to a train station just to see a girl.
Right?
I didn't drive. I was 15 years old.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to go too far into that, but did you and that girl? How well did it go with that? I mean, did you guys have a
Well,
good
it was
time? Was it a
yeah, I mean,
disaster?
long distance relationships are hard and there's a
Right.
lot of stress and there's a lot of pain, that occurred. But,
Right.
for what it was, like, still, like, if you're just living in the moment, I had fun in the moment.
Who the hell is Mike Wilson? What the hell is this crap?
Yeah, we don't want to go back into the childhood trauma territory. We want to talk about the future, Michelle. We're trying to prepare you for the future. So tonight we're gonna have some good times. We're
Yeah.
gonna listen to music. We might even start working on Michelle's dating
By the way, I
profile.
apologize for last night that I seemed, like I said, a little bit sidetracked with the phone call. I was really having a hard time hearing the phone for some reason. I don't know if there was something going on with the equipment or what, but the phone wasn't really working as well as I thought it would be. I think it could be many reasons. Maybe, for example, that we're streaming with too many bits per second,
What
or
about what about the gay cruises? Have you ever heard about like gay
I
cruise lines
have
where
heard of gay cruises. Yes.
yeah, like that's got to be full of sex and people just wanting to, meet and hook up.
Well, don't
Meet all
forget,
kinds
guys,
of
keep
people.
one thing in mind. I'm not looking for a one night stand. I'm looking to settle down long term with somebody eventually. It's, if that makes any sense.
I told you, Michelle, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't be trying to go in there finding the love of your life right at the start. You got to figure out how to be you in the dating world before you find that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Like
You
you.
probably be like that guy that just calls the girl on the phone every 10 minutes asking how she's doing.
Yeah.
We don't want that. We're trying to help you.
You ho lesbian. Oh, okay. I think I know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, U-Haul lesbian.
Yeah, I know what that is. Move in with somebody else, move all your stuff in their house, and hope that it doesn't go bad. Pretty much. Stay away from the gay guys. Oh, I don't think a gay guy. Okay, that's a good question. What that? And that's still, I guess that's the question that quietly does come up. Is that some would say, well, we can swing both ways. That doesn't work that way. I don't swing both ways. I really don't. I think.
That doesn't seem very accurate, though.
Um, no, it doesn't. I will admit
Right? Like,
the
I mean,
only
dated
there's very
Ray, you
few
dated.
there's very few men I'm interested in, and one of them is already an actor regular on this channel, and we all know who he is. And I would like to meet up with him. I hope one day he comes back here to the U.S. and I hope that he said February. Maybe me and Andrew can talk a bit more off camera if he comes here. I think that'd be interesting conversation. But that's up in the air. We don't know when. We don't know how. Just
And also, again, Michelle, that's way off into the future. We're trying to, you know, you're going to get depressed. You're going to get anxious if all of your goals are super big and they take months or years to maybe even happen.
hi
So let's
Jojo, how
start
you
small.
doing?
Michelle, you could actually meet some people. That is within the possibility. You being around other people, either outside of your house or in your house. I believe you can do it. I've seen you do it. So let's just start with that. Let's
Uh,
try to get you some new people, some friends, women, male, gay, straight. I don't care. Let's get an elephant over there.
yeah, happy
Nothing
Thanksgiving,
sexual.
um, Jojo. How you doing today? I don't know why Randall brought that up about the Asian women and AIDS. I don't see how that's related to this conversation. But
It was related because Wigto was saying to stay away from the gays because they get more diseases, if she remembers
oh,
correctly.
absolutely, yeah. Because because I don't want to go into the disgusting, weird, yucky
Right,
part.
we
But
don't, we
just to
don't. We
say,
won't
I
go back to what
know
I was.
about
Yeah.
the situation with gay men. I don't.
You know what I've got to say about gay people? Gay people always know uh, a straight woman, right? Or
Yeah,
a lesbian woman. Gay guys are actually kind of useful for meeting other people.
yeah,
Um, you have to tell them like, hey, I'm not interested in that at all, and sometimes you have to like really tell them, like no, like just back up, like no, no,
well,
no. But
I
but
think that
Michelle, if you can get away from
if
their
a gay man uses gaydar on me, he probably definitely would pick up that I'm definitely not.
Michelle, the whole point was that gay guys, as long as you can stay away from their rapey hands, are pretty useful to help you find some new people.
Right, and
So let's
a lot of them that I have personally met seem to be um pretty understanding about people that
yeah,
are on the spectrum. And I mean hermaphrodite is kind of on the spectrum because they kind of realize, that the poor person is between two worlds that they have to figure out how are they supposed to explain that in my case I'm a female, I have female desires for a female partner, and yet some people keep thinking I'm not, and then they get into this, and they're like, I get it, because you're fighting a double-edged battle because you got people that stigmatize you for no reason at all, and then at the same time, because of that fear, being stigmatized, you basically have
Well,
withdrawn from the dating community, but deep down, you still want to be part of the dating community.
okay, well, good. Keep that in your mind, Michelle. Remember, gay guys aren't that bad. So, on your dating site, just put you're a hermaphrodite, you're looking for friends, you're not looking for hookups, you're just trying to get to know people,
Right.
and then hit up the girls, hit up the boys, be like, hey, do you live in Winstead? I have
That's
my own
Skynet,
place.
Jojo. That's Skynet.
I host parties. I got party favors back at the pad.
Right.
I'll show you my massager.
You always bring that massager up, don't you?
That's
It's in
right.
the bedroom. Ed uses it to do things with it. I don't. I use it for a completely different purpose. Mostly
That's
for
copyrighted Skynet material right there. So you're talking to Skynet when he brings up your
you know
massager.
who I miss. You know who I had a lady friend I missed. She's as far as I know, she's straight. But she had a liking for me. Was Sue, and Monique also liked me too. And both Sue and
Yeah,
Monique
Monique's really
were
cool. I
very
wish
special
I
to
wish
me.
we got to know her better.
Yeah. I got to
She
know
seemed
Sue
like
Blevins pretty well because I talked to her. We used to talk on the porch all the time. And like I know Monique just as well because she used to be my next door neighbor and I used to talk with her all the time too.
right.
And it
See, so
was
what
nice when I
happened?
had the opportunity to talk to somebody and get to know them instead of
Michelle,
like,
you can't blame your bum knee, and you can't blame Ed, and you can't blame Dory, and you can't blame Jimmy, and you can't blame your living situation for not talking to anybody outside of your house.
yeah.
For not having friendly interactions with people. I mean, maybe you can blame
Thanks,
us. Maybe
Jojo. Much
you're
appreciated.
Michelle. Maybe you're addicted to YouTube, and that's the only world you want to live in now.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt a little nervous last night when I was out, out of my game. Normally I'm chatting it up with you guys.
Yes, but so I know Sue's looking for a roommate on Facebook, and the thing is, and Sue would understand this 100%, as I have a lot of stuff to move. I don't know how much stuff she has to move. So again, it would be a logistics issue of if she wanted to move
Very
in
true.
with
I mean,
me,
Michelle, imagine
obviously it
being
would have to
back.
be roommate to make it possible. If I was moving with her, it would have to be something that we have to make it work.
Well, moving is way too far. Again, you got this really big goal that it's going to take
Right,
months,
right.
years, a lot of stress. We got to start small. Let's start small, small stuff, local. But Mojo Juniper is right. I mean, think back. Now, I don't think really any of us were in the 50s, 60s, or 70s. But could you imagine what the dating scene was like back then, Michelle?
Oh,
You would literally,
a
you would
lot.
literally
Oh,
have to leave
definitely a
the
lot.
house.
Especially for the LGBTQ community.
How are you going to meet people if you
Maybe in
never
the
leave the house
'70s
back
after
then?
Stonewall, it may have improved a bit, but before Stonewall, it was like really, really dicey. Uh, a lot of people don't realize that Stonewall was a very big thing. It affected a lot of people in the gay community. A lot of people,
Stonewall?
yeah, it was a bar pub thing because we hated Connecticut's sodomy laws, and so there was a lot of protesting about what was going on, where you would actually have plants in the bar. There really were state officials that would check to see if someone was trying to flirt with the gay scene. And I guess the openly gay community bar called Stonewall people began to protest the way that they were being persecuted and prosecuted by the different states for
What
sodomy.
about this, Michelle? I think you know what? I'm gonna have to stop you there just because I've got a brilliant idea. It can take you out of your element, but at the same time, you'll still be in your house. And that was the suggestion that Paul and I came up with the last night show.
Yeah.
We were going to call dating hotlines where you just record like a little greeting saying, who you are, what you're interested in, and then other people that
Yeah.
are, calling those dating hotlines can talk to you for free. And that would, like that's your first step.
Well, that's kind of what you can do with date hookup, but it's in written form, and you can still
Right.
submit
Well,
pictures and things like that. And
let's get your
because of my hearing
ears close
loss, that
to
kind of works out
orgasm.
pretty well because um,
Michelle, I know you're a visual person, but let's get those ears close to orgasm. We need other people's tongue and audio sounds coming into your ear and
right,
vibrating your erotic holes.
right,
Yeah.
isn't butt sex dirty? Um,
I would recommend washing first, maybe not eating for a while beforehand. I heard fasting is good.
yeah.
I'm not up to date on the proper. It's not in my routine at least.
Well, Scottish J was kind of interesting because I kind of got to know him. I kind of liked him as a person. I also, of course, liked Andrew. And I think Andrew still does have memories of the past, even though he doesn't bring it up on the channel. But right now, he's just come back to normal healthiness with his situation with his bronchitis. He still said to me, he said that he's not coughing his guts up as much right now with the medication, so Andrew's doing better. But he said that he didn't feel like he could make it today for a show, and maybe tomorrow he might be on the morning show. Um, Orgasm.
I would like Andrew to show up tonight when we call those dating hookup hotlines.
Well, the thing is for those of you who don't realize these, even though these are an extension to my real ears, these ears are still, because the way they're connected to my real ears, there's always a sense of eroticness to them. Even if you look at them, they look sexy.
They're
Um,
kind of like ear extenders, which makes me think of the small
they
penis toys
also
that
are
Tiger
kind
Kitty
of a
was
little bit like
posting about.
antennae in a way because they pick up more of the vibrations around me. So I still want to get some
Would
new
you?
ears, but that's a different topic. I'm gonna try to get some new ears, but maybe from Iridani Studios because they're in the United States. But by the way, for those people who don't know, Dimitri said on his website that he has some ears similar to the Iridani Studio ears for like $16 a pair. But then you have to realize you still got to do with the shipping price. So how much is it going to cost me in the end to get it from Ukraine? Um, yes, Andrew said he's coming to U.S. in February. Um,
The question was why? Why is he coming?
I think he wanted to come back over here to get to meet up with some friends and basically touch base with people that he knows personally.
Yeah,
And I think that's the original
wants
reason why he wanted to come here. Can you
wants
flick
to
your
touch
ear?
three bases, eh?
Yeah, let me take my ears. That's them all off so you can see the picture a bit better.
Now juggle those
Okay.
muchachas.
So there you go. Yeah,
Now
so
juggle the muchachas for all of us and shake your ears.
what's it now?
Like ah. Juggle the muchachas and shake your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he's sneaking in? You mean Andrew? I don't know. I was hoping he would come by and visit, so. If happened, yeah. But like I said, I still would like to get the real ears done. Um,
Oh no, another big goal far out there, Michelle. Let's try to keep it small within
Yeah, I know.
universe.
So, like for right now, I definitely want to get a few more pairs of ears, because these are the last of the ears from Dimitri. I have to get more ears because these are okay shape right now, but they
Why don't
are
you get some
starting to
new
show
sexy
signs of
dresses?
age.
Get some sexy dresses or a
Oh yeah,
collar.
I found some nice dresses. That's another
Get a
thing. Even though you
choker,
wouldn't be able to
Michelle.
see it for the convocation this year, is I do want to get some more tops for next year's convocations, coronation, and just everyday wear. Because the white dress we have is nice, but I kind of would like to get another one. Just have a couple spares.
Would you wear a collar or a
Would
choker?
I wear a collar? What do you mean with that?
Yeah, a choker. You know, like
No.
the choker style, like a little bell at the end, like a cat would wear.
Oh, like
Goes around your neck.
yeah, like if this is a collar kind of thing.
Kinda, yeah, with like a bell at the end. Right.
Yeah.
Would you wear one of those?
I don't look like I have anything in my neck size.
You got to be very specific when you wear those. You got to get
No,
like the
I know
right.
that. I don't know if I'd want to go with the gotham with the spikes. I know some people said they might look interesting. If I was
You're
wearing
gonna go goth.
spikes. No, I don't want to wear spikes.
You heard about
um,
my goth phase, so you're speaking my language now. You want some black lipstick too? Would you
yeah.
wear black lipstick? Would you wear black lipstick and eyeliner? Would you go that
No.
far?
No, it's a black
No.
lipstick.
Do you ever wear lipstick?
I could see what would happen if I went ahead and got my hair turned back into dark brown again. Maybe I could have done it.
Yeah. Unless you want to save money, I say keep it with blonde.
But, go, we'll see if they have anything sexy. Oh, my size is like a 3X, 4X, which is like a 24, 26. Just to let you know, using the numbers.
24, 26. Baby, don't lick.
Which means
369.
those are the numbers for the dress, one piece dresses, or 3X. Um,
Are you a 24,
if you want all
36,
my
24?
numbers, all my big numbers are like, uh, well, let's see, 40.
24, 24, 36, 24?
No, I wish. It's probably closer to 54, 48, 54. I'm big. I'm tall. I had the 3X for you, but it's not sexy. It's just a plain blue dress. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong
Um,
with that. Right. It's gonna basically whatever dresses she get is gonna be part of the photos for her dating site, and
yeah.
to send up prospective lovers.
She says I'm 4'8", 220 pounds. That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
kind of I don't I not I'm not. I mean, some people might say about the 220-pound number and get scared. I'm not afraid of short people. Hell, I wish I was 5'5". I'm only 5'8", but still, I wish I could lose 3 inches of height. I really would like to be 3 inches smaller. I'm too tall. Trying to find clothes in 5'8" is like trying to basically find a needle in a haystack. I really do. I do like clothes down to my calves or down to my ankles, and dresses don't they go that far down, especially for winter time. But trying to find things in that long is hard when you're tall. If you're too tall, then no matter what, then you with your ankle dress, next thing you know, it becomes a knee length dress. So
Wow. Now, Wigto actually
Mike
was
Toe
just
says,
psyching
just kidding.
up.
I'm 6'9", 120 pounds. Doesn't matter either way.
He's like a basketball player.
I think I
Michelle,
think I think I
Michelle,
think
can I ask
Tori
you a
was.
question real quick? Let me just ask you a question real quick. Michelle, have you ever dated an older? I mean, not an older woman, a taller woman. Have you ever dated a taller woman, like substantially taller?
Um, no, I don't know too many women that are substantially taller. Although there was one I did like that was kind of taller than me. She was a butch. Her name was Cecile. She lived in Columbia, Connecticut.
Sissy,
Cecile, yeah, redhead.
you gotta be real.
She even invited me, and we went to her family for
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
she's
And she was a lesbian,
a
and we
lesbian.
liked each other a lot. There was only one catch.
What was
She's
the
already
catch?
going out. She was already going out with another woman. So I was like, I didn't want to get in the
Uh,
middle of that dating thing, but I did like her.
you were
She did
playing
like
the
me.
long game, but after a while, you're all like,
The
well, they're
dating
never gonna
thing, it
break.
all's interconnected. You gotta untangle the jingle from the jangle. It's really the way it is. Gotta untangle the jingle from the jangle.
Doesn't
Can't get everything
doesn't
all done one day. You
doesn't
got too
Gidget,
much jingle mixed up with too much jangle.
Michelle? Doesn't Gidget live kind of near you? Maybe Gidget knows some dating spots that she could recommend.
Gidget live kind of near you. I don't know exactly where Gitchy lives. I just know she lives in the New England, Massachusetts area, as does Wigtoe. That's all I know. I don't know exactly
We don't
where.
always. We don't have to tell people where people live, though. In the future, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need a synopsis.
Uh, in a way, the good news is we do have some things we can talk about night show that's likely to be somewhat spicy.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah. So we
What
could
were,
take
what were you
this
thinking of?
on there, and it's
Okay.
not too offensive of a topic. It is Black Friday. So what if we talked about the Black Friday dating scene?
It sounds like it could become
Sounds
racist. I
wicked
don't know.
weird, but still, if you think about it, isn't it kind of in some ways? It's like I'm trying to think of what the theme. Okay, let's throw this out there as a theme. Okay, it's a theme. Don't read into it anything wrong. Okay, just hear me out. Just like after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, doorbuster deals, right? You're an individual. You're looking for a date. You go to a Black Friday dating site. All the potential mates are sitting there, all trying to offer themselves to you as a potential suitor. All of a sudden, you're seeing women saying, you know, I got these special thing. I'm a gold digger. I got money. I'm rich, and I'm looking for the right person. And like there are people like that. Okay, we know that they date like that. But
I don't
what would
think
it
I've met a
be
woman that
like?
walked up to me with
What
her
would it be
tits in her
like to
hand and
be
said,
on a
I got
Black
these special
Friday
things.
dating site? What would a Black Friday dating site be like? It has nothing to do with race, Darnell.
It sounds like it would probably be like a whorehouse or something.
Or else
Oh,
some of
you
them
just
might
want a
be whores. You're right.
bunch of people
Uh,
trying to rush in and get their date and get out before the
yeah,
holidays.
come get your date first. I treat you out for the first date. Because the Lonely Hearts Club, right? This kind of thing. Like we're desperate for dates because we don't have anything. Okay, so what if she looks like a cow? Some people don't mind a cow look. I mean, there's a lot of people I've known that were in that looked like cows that really were nice people and they were kind. But some,
So I don't think they want to be called cows. I get where you're going with it,
I know
but
you
it's a
know
little
I'm going.
derogatory.
Um, I worked the
A
other
man needs
day.
attention.
This is Wingto says this. I worked another day. An Afro American woman at my work said the Afro American men treat them like garbage. That's kind of related to that song with Tupac. That's exactly what was related to that song with Tupac. That we don't respect the mom. The boys don't
Tupac.
respect the parents. That's what the song that I sang or emoted from
Michelle,
Tupac was talking about. That's
if I
scary.
ever do a song again where I have two songs on the same song, I'm gonna call it a two-pack.
I mean, just reading the lyrics kind of made me feel uncomfortable as a lady because it was like, um, the man was offended.
Michelle, if you were uncomfortable as a lady reading Tupac, I'd like to hear you sing "Wet Ass Pussy."
I don't know. That'd be weird.
Or
Dabicles
what about
says,
"My neck,
when
my back, lick my pussy and my crack, my neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack." Can you say it like that, Michelle?
well, let me just read me just the comments here. And it says, and Darnell says, I know Michelle, the man was offended, said Big Toe. Dr. Clee said, when I was in high school, there was a gay kid who let go to those woods and extort money out of old gay dudes. Really? Doing tricks for money. Good point, Michelle. You remember the lyrics? We have a race of babies that will hate the ladies. Unfortunately, that's absolutely true. Um, Lebiclee said, did you like that two-pack, Michelle? I think I would change the words a little bit, but otherwise I get the song 100%.
Do
You
it
know,
now, do it good. Lock this pussy just like you should.
uh, first you got to put your neck into it just to do it. Right. But I mean, it's true though. The fact is that what the singer was saying, that
It's all right, Michelle.
the women do unfortunately treat the men like garbage. It's not fair.
Listen,
And then of course the men do the same back. Which is
listen. I'm a guy that doesn't discriminate
so
based
it
on
doesn't
race.
discriminate based on one or the other because let's be honest, they do it to each other. Like the
I don't think a lot of I don't think all black men are the same either. I think, that's just the rap. That's just the rap talking, Michelle.
yeah.
And that woman,
But there is
like I'm sorry
definitely
that
a
she has it,
situation and I have seen it statistically
but
where
she could be
a
racist
lot of
herself.
single family homes are mostly Afro American and some white homes. It's more of a Afro American thing. A lot of single families. Mother is a predominant caregiver. What happened to the man? Where did he go? Well, depending on the situation, he could be out there drinking and drugging, or she may be on assistance and he can't be present, otherwise she's going to lose her assistance.
Michelle,
In
there's a
that
lot of
second
shitty shit.
case, it's a system failure to bring the people to keep the people together. Okay? In this first
I will
instance, it's a
agree.
completely different
Fuck the
situation.
system. I hate the system. The system ruins
I don't think
everything
anybody
whenever it
likes
gets
the
involved.
system. I don't think anybody likes this system.
Oh, there's people. I
It's
know people.
organically grown up to the word it is now. It's just terrible.
I know people that live off of the system, Michelle, and they got like
Yeah,
child support from like three different fathers, and they still live off the system.
yeah, exactly, exactly, Dabs, 100%. Wigto says she did say a lot of racist stuff against black men in addition, but she's black, so it's not my business.
Yeah, see, she's like one of them like self-hating blacks. Like, had a
Well,
bad
yeah,
experience with a
yeah,
black man in her life and now says that all black men are terrible, but I've met cool black guys.
yeah. I definitely think it's sad. I don't care what your color is or your skin, but like I said, is the system itself, the welfare state has created this monster. It doesn't.
But to tie it all back, Michelle, I think this just goes to show, right, that when you're out in the dating scene, you might come across people that you thought you liked and was attractive, but due to stuff that has nothing to do with you, like this black woman, if you're black, she's just not going to date you. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. Do you want to spend time trying to change that
Actually, I
woman?
had a black lesbian
Or
friend that did like me.
or Michelle, do you want to just move on to somebody else that might say a nice word to you, Michelle? That's why I'm saying don't
Yeah,
put all your eggs in one basket. Don't try to find true love, Michelle. Just try to find somebody that makes you
I
happy.
actually
You know,
got a
say
story
something
to
nice.
tell you really quick. There was a black
I'm
girl I met
joking.
at the homeless shelter when I was homeless for a while before I moved to Litchfield Street. Her name was Justine, and she liked me a lot. She slept in the bed next to me at the homeless shelter.
Ooh, yes.
We were friends at the time, but really she told
Hey,
me deep
man,
down
friends
that
can
she
still
really
play.
liked me a lot, and I think
Yeah.
she sounded like she wanted to go further, but we lost
Oh,
contact with each other. She got to see my apartment on
wow.
Litchfield Street, but I lost her phone number and I never was able to get back to her again. I think wonder what would happen if me and her had been able to keep in contact. But she did have problem with substance abuse issues, so I tend to wonder if that would have been such a good deal either.
Michelle, sometimes people use substances because they don't have that, um,
I, yeah,
ability to cope on their own.
right.
So I'm not saying that you should be in relationships with people that, need you to be sober, but I've seen relationships where, like, a woman was a crazy abuser of drugs, gets a new boyfriend, and then never touches it again and has like a perfect life. So
That's true.
sometimes it's the people that you hang around that, shape how you act.
Yeah, that's true. I don't disagree with that. I mean, I don't know where she would be today. Maybe, who
Hopefully
knows?
she's
Maybe
alive.
she
Being
found a
homeless,
significant
like,
person to
knows?
settle down with, and that so she didn't keep doing it anymore. I don't know.
I feel
I
like being homeless and female is probably like very last of your rope because people are, I would assume, just take advantage of you right and left.
right.
Unless you have a family to support you, which I'm guessing you wouldn't at that point.
And unfortunately, I don't think she had any support. That's how she ended up in that mess in the first place. There was, um, I mean, we really gelled as a person. We could talk about a lot of stuff. She knew I was hermaphrodite. She didn't care.
See,
Um,
that's what I'm saying, Michelle. The second we actually get you around another female or male or whoever, like you seem to be really good at putting on the charm.
yeah,
You know, you had noodles all over you. Um,
yeah,
you,
but Noodles has his own problems. I'm not gonna go into his
well, I'm not
issues.
saying
I
to
don't
date
want to bet. I
noodles.
don't want to say anything bad about anybody. But let's be honest.
That was just
Noodles
you
comes
getting
to
your feet
me
wet.
across as a gorilla in the sense
Michelle, I
that
don't understand why people
he's
would.
a little bit too
Let's not
he's a
do
little bit too fast for me. I like him a little slower than that.
Michelle, all I was trying to say is that you might think that you're a shy person and you're going to be rejected and things are going to hurt, but you've got this really good track record of being able to touch all the right bases with people whenever you're around them. I
Yeah.
mean, you just name like 3 or 4 women that, like,
Well,
when you
remember, I'm
were
a
in the
Virgo. That's our
facility
nature. We know
together.
how to communicate. We're communicants. And we can reach out to a lot of people. But also, because I'm a Virgo, there's all this anxiety. Basically, barely see on top of everything else. All those what if questions.
So we
That's
just
where I
got to
come
get you
in.
out, bro.
That's where you come in.
That's what we need Krista for. We need Krista to be able to take you out to meet some people.
And like Lumi said, is sometimes she helps me to settle things out in my head because sometimes there's too much crap going on in the background people don't know about. Um,
You got to turn that crap off sometimes, Michelle.
yeah,
Right. Like what Dabocles said, Noodles is just a training wheels meetup. It was just so that way you could start riding the bicycle again.
Yeah.
You don't want Andrew to come and like you've not even kissed somebody, and that's gonna be your first kiss in like forever. I mean, do you know how much
Very,
pressure
very
and
long
anxiety
time.
that would be?
It'll be a very, very long time since I've kissed somebody that wasn't related to me.
Right. Like I would hate to, go 30 years without dating or sleeping with somebody and then be like, oh shit, we have to have sex now?
Uh,
It's been 30 years.
Long
I don't
time.
even know if my dick works. I'm
Well,
sure you've
right
got
now,
those questions.
guys, I appreciate you guys coming on the morning show. I do have to call Everscrew. I want to find out what's going on with the electric bill because I do want to know if something's going on. Because if somebody's managing to screw up my electric bill, I want to catch those little bastards because sooner or later we're gonna be
You think
plunged
it's
in the
Jennifer
dark.
Aniston?
I don't know who it is, but for some reason it said that Direct Energy, which is my generating company, sounds like they said that I left the program, and I didn't. So first thing I want to check is see if Everscrew got a disconnect request because I shouldn't have. I mean, I don't know how in the hell they would be able to do that. Um, I don't know how it happened the first time. Does that mean like
I
what if
think
that's
you need to
another
get in
troll?
touch with
What if that's a new troll technique that definitely fuck you up? Um,
Michelle. I think you need to get in touch with Brad Pitt. That sounds like Jennifer Aniston 100%.
no, I don't think it's the real anybody. I don't think it's real Jennifer Aniston. I don't think that's the. I don't know about the real J Lo. That's nothing to do with me. But um, I just don't understand what's going on with the utility bill. I just want to find out this answer. Because I'm sorry, but my anxiety alarm is ringing and says, please check into this because we gotta
Don't
find
worry,
out.
Michelle. Relax a little bit, all right? That was the whole gist of the story when I came
Right,
on. I just wanted you to relax.
right. We'll work on it. I
You
mean,
can
that's
do
what
it.
we're gonna
You
try to
can
do.
do it.
Sometimes you gotta realize, like I said, I gotta take care of that no matter what. That's important.
Can you light some candles though tonight? Can we make it a little bit more sexy?
I can probably find a backdrop with candles on it if you want.
Okay.
And I'm not talking
Yeah,
about one like the ones I used for Mini Manson with those demonic scenes. I think that would have been too much to deal with because I'm not a
no.
demonic person.
We want a sexy room. A sexy room. Just something that like if Francois was there after the trip, that would be the room you would want to copopulate.
Yeah.
Capitulate.
All right, guys. For now, I'm gonna get ready. I don't trust real candles in here. First of all, there's too many things. They got a green screen right behind me that I don't know if it's flame retarded. I don't want to have real candles in here because once he comes up on this table, he's likely to get himself burned, and that'd be bad. And then, of course,
If it's hot tonight, put on the nightie, Michelle. If it's feeling a little warm
it
tonight,
would be
why don't
nice
you
if there
put
was
up?
some way you could actually change the color of the LEDs lighting in here to different scenes. Well, that was something. Okay, that's something I was going to look into getting is some LED tape, the RGB LED tape that you can mount around the
Yeah,
room,
I got it,
kind
Michelle.
of
I,
like
I did.
Christmas lights. Like I have regular Christmas lights around the other room ceiling, but I was
Yeah,
going to replace those with LED tape and a
it's
nice
not that
little
bright.
like bracket, so it looks
It's not
nice.
that bright though. I mean, it's seeable, but it's not that bright. So if you don't have like natural sunlight into your room, you might be like, oh, this isn't that bright.
Yeah.
But Wigto has a comment. We really need the nighty tonight and a bottle of wine and a sweet, sexy background.
I know. I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
I have LED tape. I can send you mine eventually because I have some I don't use. Is it single color or is it RGB or is it some of the smart tape that they have that does pixels? Because there's different kinds of LED tape. If it's the standard single color or
I have
standard
the
RGB,
RGIB with microprocessor.
um,
It's got a microphone pickup, reacts to the music,
yeah.
little app that controls it.
Oh, I saw those. I do see those controllers on Amazon that you can connect by Bluetooth to your phone, so that it will respond to the Bluetooth music.
Yep.
I've also seen other
And
ones that
and
just has a built-in
and there's a
microphone that does the same
microphone.
thing.
There's a microphone in the power adapter, so like you don't have
Yeah,
to connect
yeah.
it to your
There's
phone.
power. The wall wart itself doesn't have the power adapter. Okay, it's RGB. Okay, yeah, I could do something with that. I always wanted to experiment with it anyways, at 12 volt or 5 volt, because if it's 5, I do get the ability to power some of it with my power adapters. If it's 12 volts, that's just as good because I've got a 12 volt power adapter laying around.
Listen, Michelle, why don't you go ahead and wrap up this show? It sounds like tonight we'll be talking sexy computer
Well, we'll
stuff.
try something tonight. It sounds better than that
We're
last
gonna get
night. Sorry, the
sexy.
phone calls didn't
There's
go
going to be a lot
perfectly.
of sex, Michelle. Why don't you just go ahead and title it 18 Up? Because this is going to be the most sex that you've seen in years.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not going to let you down, Michelle.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you. Well, I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'll just do the wrap up. Okay. Thanks very
All
much,
right.
Skynet.
Bye.
All
Bye,
right.
everyone.
Yep. Okay. Bye bye. Okay, so let's just wrap this up right now. We'll see what we can do, guys. I would like to do something more exciting. Also, we do need to work on the outro. Change the outro a little bit somehow. I don't know what we would change it to, but it would be nice to have a different outro for the scene. Maybe more Blood Elf related. Maybe more provocative. Some of the same stuff that we cover here, but maybe going more into the Blood Elf theme. And some Night Elf theme too. Although I'm not really much into the Night Elves. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, guys, so now I'll see you tonight, 9 o'clock. Stay out of trouble. And we need a new intro, too. Yeah, we need a short little intro. And maybe work on a 30-second spot for the YouTube advertising and other YouTube channels to the AdSense program. That would definitely be a way to promote the channel some more. Maybe a 15, 20-second ad. Although I don't know how we can do everything in 20 seconds, but we'll see. Alright, guys. For now, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. This is like a 16-inch grinder. Hope you're hungry because you're going to be eating a lot of it. No. I don't need them. Why would I want to have to put money
Well,
into
I know you don't need it. Well, because you might want big whoppers.
These
I
are the
don't know.
real deal, baby. These are real.
But you wouldn't want, you've seen Rosie. I mean, they're massive.
I know. I know. But then again, we also see, like, other people that got those things. What happens is after you get to be a certain age, everything sags. And of course, we have the tools of trade, the fame, the calendar, the clapper. Let's call the spirits back real quick.
Gauntlet 1 versus fight.
how we take care of those pests.
Ow! Oh, that's gonna hurt. All right. And thank you very much for watching. Stay out of trouble, guys. I will see you tomorrow morning, normal time. Yep. Okay.